What are the best recommendations for safeguards for the companies who are embarking on the journey?
Yeah, we already discussed some of them. I mean, cybersecurity, of course, is one. Data governance with access controls, proper documentation of the data. Data quality is another, right? Check to make sure that your data is in fact correct, complete, accurate, that things aren't missing, that you don't have duplicates. All things of that nature are important to be included, and then filters to make sure the output is roughly where you want it to be. All of those layers of software are available from diverse vendors, but you do need to put them together appropriately to make sure you get the output that you need.
Perfect, perfect. You mentioned one shiny example of using GenAI and already making an impact. Okay, so what are the lessons learned that we can offer? Because it looks like we don't have enough real life lessons just yet from the marketplace out there.
I think the biggest real life lesson that I want to share with everybody is when you test the systems, test them under real conditions with real inputs. Don't test them with simplified inputs in a Mickey Mouse environment, because then you will most likely get better answers. If you test these systems under real conditions, you will see what they actually behave like, and it'll be different than in the Mickey Mouse examples.
Now, I cannot not ask you about job market and in the impact, okay? We all have our own answers, okay? And those who like closer to the tools, they know they're not replacing. I know, how about me? I know they're not replacing anyone today, right? How do we go about it? And what's the right message to the professionals who are starting right on the marketplace, or those who really are expert in their fields, but still very much concerned?
Yeah, this is, I think, a really central question of the field. My opinion is that GenAI will not really make any jobs go away. So there's well-founded research that just about every individual out there fulfills in their job 50, 60 different tasks. One job, 50 tasks. Out of those 50 tasks, maybe 4 or 5 can meaningfully be automated with artificial intelligence, and the others cannot. Maybe those 3 to 4 to 5 tasks are, a good proportion of the time that you spend, and so the efficiency will be significantly increased. There are statistics out there that say GenAI will provide a 30% productivity boost to the workforce, at least to the knowledge workforce, and that's believable. But you as a human being, with your greater knowledge, greater experience, more capacity to deal with out of the ordinary situations, will be required to deal with the out of ordinary situations that are going to occur. And AI will be very poorly prepared to deal with out of ordinary things. So we cannot get rid of the people. So the value argument that AI will reduce the number of salaries we need to pay, and that's the value, that calculation doesn't work. So the case you mentioned, you wouldn't like the job of having to listen to thousands of hotline interviews. That's exactly the point. Nobody has that job, right? So up till very recently, whenever you call a hotline and it says this call may be recorded for training purposes, it was never used for training purposes. It disappeared in a black hole. Nobody ever heard that conversation, but now it does. Now AI listens to that conversation. So the use case of listening to hotline conversations is a net new use case. It's not that this was previously done by people and is now automated with AI. No, it was never done by anybody, and now it is automated by AI. So AI doesn't get rid of people. AI provides capabilities that you never had. So it's the net new use cases that are really driving the value, not the automation of existing stuff.
And that's exciting. That's exciting. You know what? Time is flying. I would like to ask you about the predictions, okay, quote unquote, because first of all, I want to know your opinion. What lies ahead? because the progress we're seeing is amazing, is astonishing. Okay, we are in shock and awe every day. All right. So where do you think we're going this year and maybe in 5 years, if you courageous enough to talk to us about it?
Well, my hope is that in the year 24, we will see large enterprises actually using GenAI. In the year 23, they haven't. They've talked about it. Now is the year to actually do it and use it in some of these targeted use cases that I've been talking about. Many of the vendor companies are, now engaged in trying to promote and sell. So I'm not looking to see too much in terms of technology development anymore. I'm seeing more in the push to use it. The real innovation, I believe, in the near future will come from the legal side, from governments, from regulatory bodies, because right now AI is a bit of a Wild West where it is unclear what is allowed and what is not allowed. Who is liable for damages in case damages occur? These questions remain unanswered. And so both vendors as well as clients are worried about the answers because we don't have them. If I purchase a tool today and use it tomorrow, who is liable? We don't know. How was it created? How is it regulated? What kind of ethical requirements or data disclosure requirements are there? We all don't know the answers to that. That will come. So the real innovation will be legal, in my view. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what the various governments have to say and how they resolve the problem that AI is necessarily international.
Conclusion, Patrick, as I mentioned, time is flying. I'm happy to host you again and again because your insights are incredibly relatable. Okay, I found myself.
Thank you, Irene.
Yep. I again encourage everyone. All right. So if you are as excited and as impressed by this simple way to put the complex concept that Patrick just demonstrated, okay, contact Patrick, contact me, comment on these videos that you will see on X, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. We're happy to continue this conversation because we hear about this community, this collaboration, and sharing the knowledge that, again, thank you, Patrick, for so generously sharing it with us today. All right. In conclusion, could you please give us a few takeaways, maybe 3, 4, 5 points that you want to leave our audience with?
Well, thank you, Irene, for having me. It was a pleasure to talk to you. So point number 1 is subscribe to SaugaTalks, of course. Point number 2 is don't listen too much to the hype, but try things out yourself. Try them out under realistic conditions. In case you do try them out, think about proof of value rather than proof of concept. As you do that, please reserve time and budget for the necessary people aspects like change management rather than simply doing a technology tryout. Those would be my top points. The final one is go for a concrete, tangible, narrow use case that will deliver value to you rather than just playing around with tools and trying this and that. Try to accomplish something specific that will bring your organization forward to the next step. You can then try the second step after that, but don't do everything all at once.
Thank you, Patrick, so very much.
Thank you.